Okay. All right. So you ready to go now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the basic thing that I want to say before I go to wash clothes or whatever is
Go ahead.
Basically, the Lord revealed to me that Cynthia Olvera has done this before. Austin is not Cynthia's child. He's her adopted son. When I asked Cynthia Olvera, I said, how did you, when I asked Austin, I said, Austin, where's your mom? Because he told me he was adopted. He was like, oh, I hate Cynthia, I was like, don't talk about your mother like that. He was like, oh, that's not my real mother. When I first met him, they were on bad terms because he had robbed Cynthia for a lot of things at her home. He was on drugs and methamphetamine. So I was like, Lord, please anoint me, Jesus. I was like, okay, so, he wants to talk about his mom. He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, so where's your real mom? And he was saying, excuse me, I'm going to like man. He was saying, well, my mother, somebody told him his mother was a prostitute, and somebody told him his mother was a crackhead. I don't know the truth about his mother. I don't know if it's true. It could be. It might not be. That's not for me to talk about. But one day Cynthia was talking about, I did tell Austin, I said, don't talk about your mother like that, regardless of whatever kind of woman she is. I was saying, do not talk about your mother like that, because she still brought you into this world. And so, I was like, maybe it'll be good for you to try to meet her, find her, whatever. Because he seemed like he had some issues about that. So, I had a problem with Austin, and he was in jail, abusing me. And I was pregnant with my son. And then Cynthia was there for me and my son while Austin was in prison, but it was my apartment. This was my apartment. Austin's name was nowhere on this lease. Me and my son lived in this 2-bedroom apartment, and they trying to keep the evidence. They trying to keep me from putting the evidence out about my life, my son, and what they did to our home, what they did to me and my children. They trying to keep the evidence, trying to keep people on the streets and keep my family, people in cahoots to try to keep us from putting out the evidence that I'm pregnant. So I asked Cynthia. I said, Cynthia, how did you get Austin? Because she told me the story about how he wanted to know when he was adopted when he was little. So I just asked her, I don't know if I was random or whatever the conversation was, but she told me, or I asked about his mother. I was like, oh, well, where's his mom? Or something like that, random conversation or whatever. And she was like, oh, well, all I can tell you about his mother is that she gave birth to Austin smoking a cigarette. Mm-hmm. And that's all she could say about his mother. And I was like, okay, well, how did you get him though? Like, did she not want him? Like, did she just want to give him away? She was like, oh, well, a friend of mine called me and told me to come up there, and then I just got Austin, and then I took him home. So my thing is I don't know how she got him, but I had a dream or a vision, and I've been told for several months over the years that Cynthia's wicked. So money, power, affiliations can only get you so far in life. When it comes to God. So Cynthia was trying to be in cahoots with my family to say that I didn't have this and I didn't have that, and then going to the courts to try to say that I'm on the streets and I don't got nowhere for my son after Austin was attacking me and the police didn't help me up in my house. He was attacking me and I'm pregnant. So they done conspired to try to have me on the streets and have men trying to paint me out to be a prostitute and a crackhead instead of helping me. Now, they should have helped me, and they should have helped my baby, instead of trying to get men and different women to try to have me on the streets like a crackhead prostitute, lying, saying that I was not pregnant, and having hospitals and everybody denying my pregnancy because I shot Austin, because Austin was abusing me and my son, and I'm pregnant, and they arrested me while pregnant, and then sat over there trying to murder me in the jail before my trial. So, the Lord was like, well, Cynthia ain't never did this to somebody. He said, well, she must have never did it to somebody who God name is Jehovah. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't really know what their plan is. I'm pretty sure I do have a bright idea if God is saying that she have done this before. Because Austin is not even her child. And she have my son Melbourne, and he's 4 years old. And he was 22 months old when Austin Meadow was attacking him and me. And I shot him. And I had been trying to get help, but Cynthia was calling the police, telling the police not to help me because she didn't want Austin to go back to prison. And then Austin was attacking her and another woman, but in her home. And she gonna sit there and tell the police not to help me. And you love your grandson so much, you love her grandson so much, but you don't want to tell the courts that he was abusing your grandson. And then over there trying to talk about I'm not pregnant. They all over there talking about I'm not pregnant. So they tried to distract me from putting out the evidence about my life with my son, that I raised my son, that I was his primary caregiver and I was a great mom. So people have tried to torture me, drug me, have me on drugs, whatever they fucking could to try to keep, Lord forgive me for cursing, but to try to keep me from my little boy. You know, that's a conspiracy when your family know that you shot your baby daddy and you was abused and he was abusing you and your child, and then they calling his mama instead of being in contact with you while you in the jail and you in there pregnant. And then they ain't taking you in their house. And then talking about, oh, I ain't know you was gonna get your son back. And then Cynthia got my child. And the Most High, they was telling me I wasn't pregnant in the jail. They was lying and saying, Andrea, you not pregnant. They was calling me Jones. Talking about, Jones, you not pregnant. Talking about I was a mental patient. They was saying I needed a doctor. Texas Children's Hospital. I went over there, but they had it all set up. This whole corona bullshit. Then Chambers County Hospital lied and said I was not pregnant. St. Luke's doctor lied and said I was not pregnant. Expectation Studio lied and said I was not pregnant. So that's how many fucking people is involved to try to have me murdered, because that's what they was trying to do. And then want to try to hide the baby. That's child trafficking, first of all. They was trying to keep me small and everything. And God was telling me, Andrea, you pregnant. Andrea, you're pregnant. And they was trying to have me smoking cigarettes and smoking weed. I had a Hispanic dude trying to have me smoking fucking sherm. And I said no. And I know that's a part of the little scheme. Trying to have me looking crazy. And I seen my mama in the spirit world. And my mama came and broke a mirror because they was trying to have me outside all late at night by myself with a bunch of witches outside trying to do evil to me, and then trying to have me looking bad. And I was more concerned about the way I was looking and the way they was trying to paint me out to be. And I started singing, I plead the blood. I plead the blood. I plead the blood. I plead the blood. Because this is wicked. And my mama was saying, I was like, Mama, where you going? My mama was beautiful. She had real natural hair all the way down her back. Curly, natural African Indian hair, light brown color. She was perfectly healthy, because when my mama died, when they got done with my mama, when these white women got done with my mama on this earth, they gave her so-called medicine that was not medicine. And she dead. And my mama was walking through the spirit world in the state that they put her in. I'm going to show you. This is how I seen my mama walking through the spirit world after what they did to her. Talking about they was giving her some medicine. She had them tracks in her head. And she was walking like she didn't know what to do. Because that's what they did to her. And the Most High got my mama. And he healed my mama. He healed her for real. And she was glorious. Whole new body. Beautiful African American hair. All the way down her back. And she was out there with me fighting all them witches that's out here trying to take my baby and my child. Because she probably knew what y'all were trying to do to me before she died. Because y'all was doing it to her. And she said, I want Andrea to take my place. That's what mama said. I want Andrea to take my place. And she was fighting for me. Now, at first, I understand my mama might have did some things and everything, and I ain't gonna talk about that because my mama still had another side to her that loved me, and God know that, and we gonna stick with that. I'm gonna still talk about my life. I'm gonna talk about my story. I'm gonna talk about what I've been through. But I love my mama, point blank, period. And my mama loved me. And I'm gonna stick to the part about how she loved me. Y'all ain't gonna keep talking about, oh, me and my mama went through this and we did that, we did that, and my mama loved me. So, back to the part about her new body. She said, I was like, Mama, where you going? She was like, I'm going somewhere where ain't no medicine. And she was healed. I'm going somewhere where ain't no medicine. And she broke whatever mirror that y'all was trying to use to try to curse me. It don't matter how I look. It don't matter if you feel like I'm too old or if I ain't desirable. You can talk about my hair. I ain't got to have my makeup, my hair done 24/7 now. None of the time. Because what y'all doing in this country is wrong. And you can talk about the way I look all you want to. And God said, she ain't never did it to somebody who God is Jehovah. And they done kept my son from me since the day of the shooting. My son was about to be 2 years old. He was 22 months old. And that's how long I've been carrying. And that's very stressful. That's very stressful on anybody. On anybody's body. To have shot someone and then been tortured. And God was saying, Andrea, you pregnant. Andrea, you pregnant. Kept showing me, Andrea, you pregnant. While these lying doctors was trying to say I wasn't. While these lying women, all these nurses was trying to say I wasn't. And I know for a fact because I exposed my breast. And the Most High said that I had breast milk. And it's coming out. And it wasn't a whole lot. But it was enough to show me that he wasn't lying. It's there. And God is not a liar. So I understand y'all want to stress me out so goddamn bad with y'all wicked asses. To make me give birth smoking a cigarette. But I'm telling the truth. They tried to murder me. Then wanted to try to say that I was going to give birth smoking a cigarette. Or that I was on some type of drug or sherm. And then everybody would go try to cover it up and make it seem like that I was never pregnant. And then try to paint me out to be something else. Other than a loving mother. And they was trying to keep me real small. And then they had doctors lying for them. They had doctors lying for them. They was messing with my food, making me afraid to eat it. And then some of the food they actually was messing with. But my mama always told me, like when I first started being sexually active, I came home to my mother and I told her. And I was afraid that I might have been pregnant. And my mama, oh Jesus, my mama was like, well, let me feel. And then she feel from right there. And she was like, if you pregnant, she was like, you always feel from right here. From down here. And as you can see, my whole hand is slanted out. So it don't matter what you say about how small I am. God said that Andrea would be skinny. I got it all in my face, whole pregnancy face. And I need dental work. But I would be skinny. He was like, she's skinny. And all the rest of that is a baby. So I believe that the Lord already told me not to be afraid, and he said I ain't giving birth smoking no damn cigarette, because I did smoke cigarettes, They told me I wasn't pregnant, and I knew that I was, and I kept going to the doctors, and, I kept trying to get help, and people kept abusing me, and I did smoke the damn cigarettes. And God got on me about that. And they cursed me to smoke them. Doing witchcraft. And God said the reason that I've been bleeding is because Austin was raping me. So, I let me pull out my Bible, because I am small and I'm tired of having to constantly explain what's going on. I'm really tired of that. And that's ridiculous. And so people kept asking, oh, let me see your body. Let me see your body, to try to see if it's working. Like, okay, can you tell? Can you still tell? You know what I'm saying? Is she, can you still tell? I can feel the baby moving just fine. And that's very stressful. And that's wrong. And they did this before. So they out here doing this to women. And they over here offering the women sherms. You offering the women cracks. And you know that they pregnant. You don't care about them kids. You just trying to steal. Because if you really cared, why would you try to give her some damn sherm? If you really care about your grandchild, you don't give a damn. Just do anything to get what you want. Oh, you care so much about the baby. You care so damn much. If you really cared. And they got all these black women lying. Jesus, I pray you bring shame on Nurse Stephanie. Because that's a black woman. A black woman over there lying for them. And I pray you bring shame on the doctor from St. Luke's. Because what you think they was going to try to do to me? So they all could continue to lie. Kill. You was willing to crush the baby in my belly. And willing to kill me. What would all my family members have done? Who know that I'm pregnant. And then you wanted to sit over there and act like you couldn't feel the baby moving. What you think they would have did with me? Had I been killed? What do you think they trying to do to me? Because I shot a gun. Because I was defending myself. And my child. And I'm pregnant. And God said that Joseph Olvera was considering shooting me because his son got shot. I'm going to just say what God said. I'm not going to get into that with Joseph. God said she had to run up out of her house to save her children's lives. she had to run up in the streets screaming to save her babies' lives, meaning they could have been killed by Austin. And God said they could have been killed. My children, my pregnancy, and my son y'all got could have been killed by Austin. So ain't no you finna get no gun and shoot me for nothing. Oh, Jesus, give me the words to speak. Because I ain't even trying to be evil. I'm really not. I have made the Lord God my refuge, that I may tell of all your works. You know, you think I wanted to come out and call Cynthia wicked? Do you think I wanted to come out and call all these people out for what they did? All those women in the Montgomery County Jail Infirmary are wicked as hell. The entire Cairo Police Department is wicked as hell. The entire Houston Police Department is wicked as hell. I'm just telling you that. And the American citizens are wicked as hell. Because this is not no operation that went on without too many people knowing. No, it was too goddamn many people that knew what was going on. That's why I don't even really want to be up in this country after this. I want me and my kids up out of here after what y'all did. Because if you did it once, you will try to do it again. And ain't no trust in y'all after this. In you, oh Lord, do I take refuge. Let me never be put to shame. In your righteousness, deliver me and rescue me. Incline your ear to me and save me. Be to me a rock of refuge to which I may continually come. You have given the command to save me. For you are my rock and my fortress. Rescue me, oh my God, from the hand of the wicked, from the grasp of the unjust and cruel man. For you, oh Lord, are my hope, my trust, oh Lord, from my youth. Upon you I have leaned. And let me just make something clear. Ain't nobody running through me. Yeah, they did force me to go through a little sex trafficking when my little sister decided that I couldn't stay in her house. After that, yeah. When they brought me up in her house and she was mistreating me. Yeah. And I left. Yeah, I went through some sex trafficking. For what? A month or two? And then James Devon Harris was plotting on me, so that was sex trafficking. And LaMarcus Sanders was plotting on me, and that was sex trafficking. But let me tell you something. I was engaged to James under the pretense that he actually loved me, and he was a goddamn liar. And I was engaged to LaMarcus Sanders, and you can look at the ring on all my videos on my other channel, on Andrea Antoinette Jones' channel. You can look on my channel, and you can see that I had a ring, and he was trying to set me up. And that's sex trafficking as well. And I ain't had sex with nobody since him. And he not my baby daddy. So if anybody out there trying to lie and say that this is not Austin Matter, baby, you a goddamn lie. And you a conspiracy to try to have me killed. Because ain't no you finna sneak and take no newborn from me to cover up the fact that I was pregnant when the police arrested me and when he was attacking me. And you ain't gonna say, oh, she was smoking weed and she was smoking cigarettes while she was pregnant. Because we're gonna go back to the point about the fact that I was pregnant when y'all arrested me. And I was pregnant in that jail for 10 months being poisoned and denied medical care. And I was pregnant when I got out with people trying to crush my baby and fight my baby and trying to get me to smoke Sherman. I said, hell no. Upon you I have leaned from before my birth. You are he who took me from my mother's womb. My praise is continually of you. So let me just say I ain't had sex with nobody since the men that they sent to have sex with me. To try to make it seem like it would be their baby. And to try to starve me to make me so small to where people would actually believe that it was their baby. Or to believe that I wasn't pregnant at all. And so they could try to get pictures of me in my panties. And try to get pictures of me doing stuff so they could say I'm lying. So they try to say I was a fucking mental patient. They tried to ruin my music career, my modeling portfolio, and everything. And I pray that God vindicate me for that. Because I shouldn't have to get on here and be looking all crazy, screaming because y'all some wicked ass Satanists. That don't make no goddamn sense. I should be able to have time to get myself together. Shouldn't have to be crying out for people over goddamn seas. And ain't no such thing as no, the investigator, Jim McDougal, had all the evidence and did turn it to the court. And then the courtroom that he was trying to turn it into, that was wicked as hell anyway. So it wouldn't have mattered who he gave that goddamn evidence to. Now you find me somebody in this country who is righteous and who can really look at the damn real evidence of what really took place. And then give it to them. And see what happens. They're going to be trying to murder the both of us. Me and the investigator. Because that's how many people was involved with trying to have me murdered and knowing I'm pregnant over there pausing and starving us. God damn it. Then they want to call me a bully. You want to call me a racist? The hell you mean? I'm about to make this short because my phone is dying. Let them be turned back because of their shame who say, aha, aha. Make haste, oh God, to deliver me. Oh Lord, make haste to help me. Lord, make haste to help me. Sitting over there talking about I'm dirty 30. I'm 29. They sit over there trying to leave me outside dirty. Don't want me to be able to groom so they can talk about I'm dirty 30. The hell you mean I'm dirty 30? I'm just now beginning to live my life. I'm beautiful. I've been abused. Let them be put to shame and confusion who seek my life. I'll cry to my God. I don't give a damn. And he say he like me. He don't mind. So I know I'm crazy. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Let them be turned back and brought to dishonor who delight in my hurt. And I pray that he exposed every single last one of y'all that did. Especially LaMarcus Sanders. Especially him. And James Devon Harris. God said he was disappointed in James. And I'm disappointed in James. But especially LaMarcus. And that darn Lily Morris. Because what she tried to do was real evil. Arise, O Lord, in your anger. Lift yourself up against the fury of my enemies. Thank you, Jesus. My shield is with God, who saves the upright in heart. And as far as the family members that was involved, I would pray for mercy for them. Just so they can see the glory of God for my life. Because they have done so much evil to me to try to keep me down throughout my entire life, that I pray that they get to see God deliver me. And I pray they get to be there to see my success in life. I pray they get to be there with me. Just to see it. Since all they did was try to keep me down. Oh, I don't have enough money like you. Or I'm not good enough to succeed in music. Or I'm just one of the children to just hand over to be killed. And as far as my people, the black people, the ones who are successful like I want to be, I pray that God let y'all see me be successful too. Because y'all ain't have no right trying to drag me the fuck down. You already where you want to be. Right in the hands of the wicked, being wicked, which is what you chose. So if I chose the Lord to be my portion and I want to be successful too, then I want you to see it too. And I want y'all to see the glory of God too. But as far as some very few specific people, even some folks that's in my family, God done showed me some hell coming upon y'all. But I still pray you get to see it. I still pray you get to see the glory of God on my life. And if it's that wicked, if you that wicked, if you that evil, to where God feel like he needs to deal with some of y'all, then just so be it. It's gonna be, I'm not gonna be the same no more. Ain't gonna be no, oh, she the same little girl that I was. I'm not. I'm a grown woman. And after you done cross me like that, I'm not finna be the same sister. I'm not finna be the same cousin. I'm not finna be the same daughter. I'm not finna be the same no more. Ain't gonna be no trying to get me to act like I'm 5 years old because I'm not gonna do it. You done crossed me too many times. Y'all crossed me about my children. And that was the wrong straw. And you crossed me about my life. And that's the wrong goddamn thing to do. And then think that we're gonna be cool like that. You gonna see my success, period. But I ain't finna be like, oh, still cool, hee-haw, trusting you like that. That's done.